Hello, all the CA Intro students. This is your CA Kaushik Mukesh, and today I am here with the paper analysis for CA Inter Law. With regard to the paper, uh, just like any other person, let's not brand it easy, difficult, hard, etc. Just let us analyze the paper and let us try to understand which questions were tricky and which are in general nature, and how much sure shot we can gain marks, and how much of the questions we need some amount of practice or some amount of analytical skill, such that we can gauge the paper, okay, as a technical paper or a general paper, and how much of the paper, how much percentage of the paper is uh, easily cracked with a basic level of preparation, and how much what to say this technical preparation is required from the student end in order to score that 60 plus. Okay, let's have a clarity. I have the question paper analysis with me. Okay, I have the question paper and I have spotted whatever the sections were tested. Okay, first of all, point number one, each and every section which came in the examination are all from the corners of the subject, which means those people brand as important, none of them came in examination except a very few, like ejus dem generis, okay, like ejus dem generis, and one or two definitions. Remaining everything paper came from the dark and gray areas, which I always shout in the class, don't leave the sections from the bare act. Okay, so that policy if you follow, this paper is not at all a tricky paper for you. So let me first analyze the paper, how it came, and what are all the kickbacks that this paper has given the student. Okay, number one, question 1A, tested for 14 marks. First question came from section 27, prospectus. Whenever you issue a prospectus and you took the money from the public by way of a public offer, and in the prospectus you mentioned for the purposes for which you will utilize the money, and now you wanted to do the variation in the objects for which the prospectus was issued. I issued the prospectus for life saving drug manufacturing. Now I wanted to go into artificial intelligence and I wanted to invest balance amount in other companies. Can you do? Yes, you can do by following some procedures under section 27. 27 section says that if a public company, listed company, issues prospectus, raise public money, any unutilized amount is still there, and then if it wanted to vary the objects, number one, you need to pass a resolution, take the necessary permissions, advertisement has to be given, and you need to give justification why you are changing the objects, and you need to give exit offer to the dissenting shareholders. Okay, all these things we need to take care. That question came in examination for 5 marks. So this is not at all a tricky question at all. Okay, this is based on your preparation. That's it. Are you preparing well? If you prepare well, you will write well. That's it. So don't blame the institute for this question. Okay, this was already covered in the classes. Also very important question. So I will give it this particular question. Question number 1A. Okay, question 1A. Just a minute. Yeah. Question 1A. Section number 27 is the question that was tested. Okay. 5 marks. This question I will give, means from the point of difficulty angle, I will call it easy question. So 5 marks you should score. Auditors, dead easy question came. YouTube lecture also I kept there. How to appoint, how to fill the casual vacancy when it is created in the office of an auditor. It's a very easy concept. Yeah, non-government company, government company, two concepts are there. That's it. 5 marks he tested. Dead easy. Next, FEMA. This is to some extent a tricky question they tested. Question is a little bit tricky because the question is lengthy. Listen what they did. Whenever there is a capital account transaction or a current account transaction, first of all, I told so many times, recent revision time also I said very clearly, whenever a transaction is given under FEMA, first write down the definition. You will get 1 mark first. Done. 5 marks la 1 mark, 4 marks la 1 mark you got. 3 marks. Do you know what point they tested? Whenever you wanted to purchase, whenever the Indian entity wanted to pay commission to the agents abroad for the sale of their properties or plots within India. Okay, for example, I have a plot within India. My company is X Limited. I am in real estate. Okay, I am doing real estate business in Hyderabad. Okay, my properties I wanted to sell to overseas citizens. Yes, you can do. However, you have to pay commission to the overseas person. Can you pay? Yes, you can pay. It requires RB approval. It requires RB approval. If it is crossing a limit, what is the limit given? 25,000 US dollars or 5% of inward remittances, whichever is higher. That question came for 4 marks. This concept is easy, but that question student should understand first. So I will call it moderate. Next, this question unexcusable. Yeah, I told very clearly in the recent Telegram group also. I kept very clearly prepare for this question without fail. They will ask this section. 67 came in exam. 67 is talking about the restriction on loans. Restriction on loans. Company cannot give loans to the direct employees. Okay, it is restricted. Technically, you cannot give. However, there are 4 exceptions in section 67. In that one of the exception, okay, in that one of the exception, whenever the loans chance to be given, it can be given by a banking company in its ordinary course of business, or it can be given to the trust for the benefit of employees. Number 3, very, very important. Other than directors, other than KMP, company can give loans to the employees, provided that loan up that concept of loan can be given to them, provided the amount of loan should not exceed 6 times his monthly salary. That question came here. You have to write section 67 and write down the conclusion. I will never call this as a difficult one. This is the easy one. Next, creation of a deposit repayment reserve. Whenever deposits are accepted, you need to create a deposit repayment reserve account. Okay, and moreover, after creating it, you need to deposit in either in the government bonds or Indian Trust Act approved securities. This is a question. I will call this as a moderate plus question. Okay, moderate plus means maybe you can call it a difficult one because the trickiness is very there, clearly visible. Okay, this I will accept because question itself is big. You need to read what question came in exam. Actually, they are asking not on deposit repayment reserve creation. They are asking after creating the DRR, deposit repayment reserve account, where to make investment. Is there any choice available to the company or wherever they can invest, or there are any specific areas? Yes, there are some 6 specified areas are there. There only you have to make your DRR, deposit repayment reserve account. That came in exam for 5 marks. Next, definitions in GCA. A basic definition was asked. If you read them, okay, no problem. Okay, I will call it a moderate because students generally have an allergy to read the definitions in general class act. From definitions, they ask the question. Next, very important, I said so many times. Rectification of name. Whenever the name of any company is too nearly resemble or identical to the name of an existing company or a body corporate or to a registered trademark. If it is of a registered trademark, the proprietor of a registered trademark should make a complaint to the central government within 3 years from the date on which the company has been incorporated with the name in which it was already having a trademark. Then the central government may, if it feels that, if it also have an opinion that, okay, the name is too nearly resemble, then it will order the company to rectify the name within a period of 3 months by passing an ordinary resolution. Same question came in exam. I will call it easy. Next, whenever special notice, our favorite question. What is special notice here? Whenever 4 situations. Right? If you wanted to appoint some other person in the place of retiring auditor, or if you wanted to pass a resolution expressly not to appoint retiring auditor, removal of director and appointment of a director in the place of removed director. These 4 resolutions require a special notice. Whenever special notice has to be given, it should be given 14 days prior to the general meeting, not less than. If the member holds 1% of the total voting power or rupees 5 lakh as a paid up share capital, then they can give a special notice. Clear? That special notice must be circulated by the board of directors to the other members within a period of 7 days from the date on which it received it or before the general meeting, and then the general meeting will be held. Same concept came for 3 marks. Easy. Next, whenever you participate in the electronic voting, can you again come to the general meeting and re-vote again there physically? No. That question came for another 2 marks. This set you can gain 14 marks. In this particular set, 2A, 2B, 2C, if you see, this set, yes, I can definitely tell student concentration might not fall in those areas. If you would have left this question for choice, I don't know. But if you attempt, minimum you need to get 8 to 9 marks. Okay, I am giving a room of around 4 to 5 marks in this area. Next, This area, this particular first area is there na? In this easily you can gain a 12 marks path even after considering some mistakes etc. I'm talking about. Okay, next, foreign company definition. Recent this super 35 lectures also I told this question for 5-6 times. 4 situations will be given. Which of the following relates to foreign company? That question came, easy question, ditto question came. Next, LLP, like if the fraud is done, generally in LLP, liability of the partners will be limited, but it will become unlimited if there is a fraud that is involved in that. Okay, same question came in exam. People have to read. When fraud is involved, a question becomes important. So easy question only came in exam, provided you read it. Okay, so easy to medium, I can call it like that. Okay, education generally is extremely popular. Easy question, direct question came. Okay, in this I will expect a student to at least attempt for 10 marks perfectly. Next, this is a difficult one. Yeah, definitely I can tell. Okay, what they tested is, so CSR, generally people expect CSR percentages, CSR implementation, CSR reporting, CSR disclosures. All these people will expect na. This is ICA. They asked the question on CSR impact assessment. No question. Sir, okay, you are saying it is difficult. Did you cover in the class? Shall I show you? See. That's why I kept open and I'm ready. Clearly, I have written topic 23. When impact assessment is required. In the Madri words, condition 1, if the CSR obligation is not less than 10 crore or outlay of a project is not less than 1 crore and 1 year has been completed since such project has undertaking at the date of carrying the impact assessment, attach annual report of the CSR. These are the 2 points. Means 1, 2, 3, 4 points you have to write totally. But generally, I will not blame the students. Yeah, we will read. Even if you ask me, I will tell these are all important than impact, but they ask impact assessment in exam. It's there in our syllabus. It's taught in the class. But I can definitely accept that student concentration might not fall on that area. Okay, this I will call it a hard question. Yeah. Next, winding up by LLP, winding up of LLP by tribunal. Easy question. Conditions will be there under which it will be wound up. Okay. Next, person definition under GCA. This is a moderate question if you read. Next, general meeting of a Section 8 company. They are not asking about general meeting, how to give notice. They are asking about how to give notice in a Section 8 company. This I will call it as a moderate too hard. You have to read that concept because they are in exceptions. Okay, normal question notice na 21 clear days, all that we will write, but they asked exclusively for 5 marks question came on Section 8 company. How to conduct the general meeting on for Section 8 company? Instead of 21 days, it is required to give 14 days notice na. They give 15 days. Is it allowed? Allowed. Like that, there are some trickiness is there. Unclaimed dividend. This is a direct question came. A person did not claim dividend for 10 years. Can he get his dividend back? Even after 10 years, 7 years is completed, even then he can still go for a unclaimed dividend. No problem. But there are some procedures that we need to follow. Within 7 years, you need to transfer it to the IEPF account. IEPF account. After transfer to IEPF account, generally you cannot claim. But for that also there are some provisions. I will call it moderate to hard. Next one, direct question. Define what is a current account transaction. That's it. 4 marks question came. This is a easy one. Okay. Overall in this paper, in this particular fifth question area, at least students should grab a 8 marks part. And for the sixth question, at least 8 marks again. Okay. So on an average, if you take, and you may think now, sir, you are saying just like that. Sir, I'm not telling just like, I'm extremely practical with regard to the paper. Okay. I'm talking by sitting from your end. Okay. Student might leave these concepts. At the end of the story, I just wanted to give my views on this paper. Okay. First, paper is lengthy. Number one comment. Definitely, I agree that paper is 20% tricky. Number two, paper has 30% direct questions. Define person under GCA, define current account transaction. What do you mean by special notice? whether electronic voting can be done or not. These are all direct questions. 30% of the paper has direct questions. Okay. Next. Paper has no mistakes. So don't blame the questions. Questions are perfectly all right. Language difficulties will be maybe there that you need to understand while reading the question paper. At the end, I wanted to tell you one thing. Those who have written the exam, forget about law exam first. You will do well. Shall I tell you what happens? You will expect so many questions. They may come, they may not come, because it's a professional exam at the end of the day. The moment those questions does not come, you feel that you did not write well. You believe in yourself, you will write well. Okay? In those papers only you will get very good marks than what you expect. So please kindly focus on the next paper, taxation paper. Prepare well. All the very best for your examinations and you will do well. Okay? So forget about this. This paper, if you ask me, I will tell that this is a easy and lengthy paper. Okay? I will not even brand it medium. Okay? There are no mediums here. The only point is the way in which we prepare. Okay? If you prepare like from past exam questions important, then paper may be difficult. But if you prepare all the sections with equal importance, yes. And another observation, this paper does not contain more questions on the share capital, okay, general meetings chapter like that. Uniformly, they have given the marks for all the chapters. Okay. Further more information about this paper, further more analysis on this paper, I will be coming up very soon after your exams. I don't want to disturb you now. Okay, such that you can also analyze how your preparation, how you have done in the exam. Okay, guarantee 60 plus you can gain in this paper, and you will get. Okay, first have hope on you, first have faith on you, first have belief on you, because I saw students putting medium paper, whether I did right answer or not, you will do right. Okay, you are the finest person on this planet. You will do well. You are a champion. Believe in you first. There is another exam for you, taxation. Forget about law. But you understand, you will do well, and you would have already done well. That's only just a misfaith on you. You are not believing you. Believe in yourself. Prepare well for the taxation paper. All the very best. God bless you all. Love you all. I'm taking a leave now. Please prepare well for the taxation paper. Thank you.